Yeah, no, the Orioles are pretty good at the moment.
You need to let those horses go.
I will never.
The ponies,
I will never.
The ponies.
Put the ponies
Will
out.
never.
Put the ponies out to pasture,
No,
my son.
I had two very, very, very good bets today, and both of them came far down the field. They weren't even in the picture when the winning hope.
And then they fell on the last jump.
No, they just tailed away. Tailed away like my dreams of adulthood. Literally, I'm pretty sure Prairie Dance is still running.
Yeah, it's just like Benny Day June.
Well, that was a heartbreaker because that horse was tanking to the last on the bridle cruising.
Yeah, fully on
I was
the bridle.
counting money.
Fully bridled.
I was counting out the money and then it just nosedived. What are you going to do, eh? Yeah.
Oh,
and they say Irish racing isn't fixed. All right.
It's Irish racing.
Well, Benny's... Well, that was at Cheltenham, but...
Yeah,
Benny's
it's not in Ireland.
Well, Benny the Jew is an Irish horse, and
Benny the Jew, is that?
It's
his
a
name?
French horse trained in Ireland.
Benny Day Jew.
Oh, okay.
Not Benny the Jew. It's Benny Day Jew.
Trained in Ireland by
Benny,
the great,
Jew.
but by great
Jesus,
trained
Edward.
by
we're on YouTube.
Trained
Prairie.
by the greatest horse trainer of all time, Willie P. Mullins. The greatest, just a genius. But
so
no,
you were getting ready to count the money out, but you lost.
I was
these
counting it.
names
Well, this
mean
was years
nothing
ago.
to
What
me.
Dan's talking about.
Yeah.
It was about 3 years
Yeah, it
ago
was
when
a
I first
while
told
ago.
Dan, and I said I've got
Eddie was a wreck for weeks.
because I was literally counting out serious dough, and this horse was tanking, and poor Townend was it was Ruby Walsh. Ruby Walsh was sitting silent on just silence. That's how you know. Coming up to the last, all the other jockeys are, come on, get me up there. Ruby's just silent. He knows he's on the best horse. He knows it. He's just sitting there. He hasn't even got to unleash the engine.
Yeah.
He's in third gear and he knows he's going to win. And then just goes to the last. And I was like, well, has anybody...
He had it in his sight.
Has anybody got a local piece of rope? A local piece of rope.
He was gonna hang himself in the back dock of Noble Crust when he seen that thing. When he seen that come through, he was trying to hang himself.
But no, the two horses.
Trying to hang himself from.
The two horses I backed
from the
today
rafters.
were an absolute embarrassment. They finished far down the field.
Yeah.
Fourth, fifth. Oh, not even. Probably seventh or eighth.
Ooh.
Absolute joke.
Yikes.
But yeah, I pick winners. If anyone wants a tipping, service, follow me on Twitter. Anyone wants to find the 8th best horse in the field for the second best.
He's got a nose for the 8th best horse. I don't know if they're placing.
If you want the 8th best horse for the second best price,
Eddie's got you on lock.
I got you.
Well, guys, it is episode 24 of Is This Football? What do you guys say? You guys want to get to
24?
Yeah.
I also offer financial services for those that are interested.
That's good.
Episode 24. We are on the 24th.
No, it's funny
episode of
because
our
when we were setting
Holy
up, when we were
shit.
setting up earlier, I was like, "Oh, I have to look up and see." It's been a couple weeks. I have to look up and see what episode we're at, so that I can get the YouTube started. And you're like, "I'm gonna guess 13 or 14."
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, maybe I was thinking 23, 24 rather than
Probably.
13,
We're deep in the
14.
game.
I
We're
was a
deep in the
little.
game.
Yeah, no, I guess. Well, shit, we started January.
And we're training
Something
camp
like
now.
that.
We've got some training
Yeah.
camp going. We got
lots of stuff to
football
talk
news.
We actually have sports to talk about.
We've got some mild. There's a rumbling of sports. We can't call them sports. There's some stirring in the sports hibernation world.
There's a bit of stirring.
What do you guys say? You want to get to it?
Let's do it.
Let's go, baby. What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Is This Football? My name's Dan. I'm joined here once again by my lovely friends Edward Doyle, Ramdog Breachak.
Hey.
Got a huge show for
Welcome
you guys
back.
tonight.
Welcome
I know,
back.
I know, right? Sorry about the little... I know last week we weren't here. I know
Missed ya.
we deprived you guys from a lovely show last week. Me and Eddie had a fun little Springs trip.
We went up there with my parents, with my family. It
Who
was a
did the
nice
backflip
time.
on the video?
It was me. No, I'm
Was
just
that-
kidding. It wasn't me.
I mean, I didn't
on.
want to assume, but you and
Come
David
on.
without shirts on
You
in the
re-
distance.
Okay,
it's hard to tell.
To be fair, that is true. I'm surprised David didn't get higher up into the tree.
Yeah, you guys are
I
kind
know.
of. You guys kind of look the
We
same.
we
afar.
have a very similar body type as far as shirtless.
There's a
Muscle.
picture of
Swimmers.
there's a picture of the three of us, which is great because I'm in between
The
the
one
two of
that
you.
I did, the one that
I can't remember which one it
I
is.
saw
It's
that
the
one
two
too,
of
yeah.
you both shredded, just like looking exactly the same, and then me in the middle, just absolute piss tank. And the two of them are like tanned and shredded, and I'm just an absolute piss tank.
That's a
tatted
man
up.
body,
Hey,
baby.
Ty-
That's a man
Right.
body. That's a man body.
Hey man, Eddie,
Tatted up,
I've
white,
been-
tatted up, pale white.
Pale as
just,
shit.
yeah,
I've-
just
Sickly.
looking like I got out of Russian prison, but was
David,
fed too much.
You told me that you have been going to the gym. Have you really been
Me?
going to the gym?
No, of course not.
No, I thought you told me a little while ago.
Yeah,
You're
but
like,
go
I've been
to-
going to the gym here and there.
Oh no! When I say going to the gym, I mean I've been going to the gym once a month.
Okay. Well,
I
hey,
don't do
once
it.
once a month is better than 0 times
I've been
a
using.
month.
I mean, yeah, but no. I mean, yeah. If we're talking about the difference in body between myself, my brother, and you, then yes, I'm probably going to stand out as an overweight person.
Well,
That's fairly-
I wouldn't say overweight.
Just out of
I'd
shape,
say
I'd say.
I would say realistically, for your height and age, you are
Proportionate.
You're proportionate, and you're also like, I mean, just think about how fat everybody is.
Just think
Just
about
think
yeah.
about the United States of
Good
America
point.
and
Good
how
point.
fat as shit.
Sure.
Go to
everybody
Walmart.
is.
Congratulations, you're
You
fat, but you're
are-
less fat.
You are easily on the more healthy / in shape side.
Oh, you're a great guy. Dan,
Let's go to
honestly.
Walmart.
I knew
Let's
I
go to
knew I
Walmart.
kept you around for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Let's-
Anytime you want to
yeah.
feel better about yourself, just walk
Dan, I
into
knew-
a Walmart.
Dan, I knew I kept you
could
around
go.
for a
We
reason.
could go to Taco Bell right now, and we could all feel better about ourselves
Yeah.
if you really want.
That's
yeah.
self-care.
Did I tell you guys about me getting banned
Oh my
from the
God.
Taco Bell?
So I
Did
know
tell
about
you?
it, but I want
Did
to
I
hear
tell you
about
about
it.
that?
Yeah, I know
Oh,
about it,
God,
but I want to hear about it.
I got a
hot
story.
takes, hot takes.
I got a story.
So we'll start with this.
Coincidentally,
I feel like it was after this last night.
It was.
Yeah.
Well,
so 2
yeah.
weeks ago today.
We were, me and Edward were at Blue Goose. It was me, your parents were there. Oh, it was after the game. We went to the Orioles game. Lovely time. Your parents had come.
Met them afterwards. Lovely people. Really
yeah,
nice.
thank you,
really
Remy.
nice.
Good man, good
BTW,
man.
Edward's parents live in northern England. They've come to the United States for the last, they're here for a month and a half or something like that. 2 months. They've been spending time.
They're in Florida for 2 weeks. In
Florida for
America,
2 weeks.
In America for a month. You're right.
We went to the Orioles game, had a good time. After that, we decided to go to Blue Goose, our local haunt. And I remember David, he love the guy to death. Very funny. He's like, I'm feeling very tired. I need to go home and get my mushrooms, which is going to give me some
I didn't know we were
energy.
doing this on.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
sometimes
Well,
it
I
could.
mean-
Sometimes
I mean,
it
it is what it is. I don't think anybody your parents knew about it. He told your mom drove him to go get him. It's just like
My mum
was
picked
just
up the
like-
mushrooms.
All right, well, we
He's
just busted
just
it wide
like-
open.
Well, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Hey,
what are you,
fuck
what are
it.
you doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
let's go,
he was
let's
like,
go,
I'm
let's
feeling
go.
tired. I need to get a little pick me up.
And sometimes that'll do that. That'll
Of
really
course.
like
Not
jack
this
your-
time, not this
He
time.
comes.
Yeah, so-
We all do that. Me and Eddie had a more than lovely time. A little bit more than we expected.
See,
but
now, when I met up with all three, I had no idea. Until
Well,
you
no,
did.
but
well,
when
it
we met
wasn't
you, it was
that
normal.
it wasn't that intense. It was just kind of a very. It was a.
Except for it
mo-
was
It
at the
was a
end.
little bit more than I expected. But long story short, to get to my actual point, hung out, did a little bit of that, and then it was relatively early. I want to say it was like 11 or something like that. I go home, and then I was heading somewhere else. And I was like, oh man, I want some food. There's that little spot on South 4th Street. There's a McDonald's, there's a Wendy's, there's a Taco Bell.
Right.
Everything you need right there.
Went to McDonald's, closed, drive-throughs closed, can't go in the store. And like I said, this wasn't, it was like maybe 11, like between 10:30 and 11.
Well, that's a 24-hour McDonald's.
That's
so
what I'm
pissed
saying.
about that.
Everything
No,
was
not,
closed.
not on the south side.
Yeah, it's not 24/7, but they're
south side's
usually
midnight.
open relatively late, and it wasn't midnight. They were closed. I'm like, all right, whatever. I went to Wendy's. Wendy's closed. Drive-throughs closed. Indoors closed. I was like, my third option. I was like, all right, I'm going to Taco Bell. Somehow, I'm on my motorcycle. Somehow I parked, and as I'm walking up to check the door, there's a woman walking out with a bag of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And so I kind of slipped behind her. You know, she comes out, I walk in, I get up to the counter, and I can hear them in the back. They're like, how the fuck that motherfucker get in here? Like, how that guy get in here? I'm like, oh shit, am I supposed to be here? And the woman comes up, and I say woman, she was probably all of 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
Face tattoos, the whole shebang, gigantic earrings. she's like, all right, what do you want? What do you want? What do you
Chantel.
want? What you
Yeah.
trying to get? What you trying to get? What you want?
No,
And I'm like,
she's very good.
can I please just have 5 tacos? She's like, all right, yeah, whatever. Gets me the tacos. I get them. And like I said, I'm on a motorcycle. I'm not in a car, and I'm going to a friend's house. I didn't have anywhere to eat these other than at the place. So I get my tacos. I go into a little table. I start eating my tacos. I'm like, in the process of eating my tacos, all of a sudden the employees are like, you got to go. Like, you got to go. We're closed. We're
Bitch,
closing.
we already
You gotta
mopped.
go.
We mopped. The chairs are up. You gotta go.
And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm in the middle of eating these tacos. I'm not going anywhere. I was like, I'm going to finish these tacos, and then I'm going to leave. And there's nothing you can do about that. So they're like, we're going to call the cops. We're going to call the cops. And I was like, dude, you do your thing. I've done
Custard's
nothing.
last
I told them, I was like, I've done nothing wrong here. I came into Taco Bell. I ordered tacos.
At the counter.
I'm now eating these tacos, and they just immediately were like, you gotta go. You gotta go. We're closing. We're getting out of. You gotta go. And I'm like, nope. I'm leaving. Call the cops. Do your thing. Like, all right, we're calling the cops. I finished my tacos. I walk out, and I took my time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, once they started getting bitchy and all that stuff, I was just
slowly pouring the fire sauce.
I took each piece of cheese that had fallen out of the taco and put it back
One
into
by
the taco.
one by one.
One piece of Mexican cheese at a time. Ate my tacos as slow as possible. As I'm
finishing my coffee.
As I'm walking out of the place, of course, the cops pull up. They're like, all right, what's going on here? What are you doing? And I was like, I was in there eating tacos. They asked me to leave. I told them, no, I'm going to finish eating my tacos, and then I'll leave. And
I love the fact that the crime alleged against you was eating tacos inside Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's such a heinous crime.
Well, and as I'm
like,
saying
how dare
this,
you
yeah,
eat
I
tacos
know.
inside
well,
the
that's
place
what
that
that's
sells
my whole
tacos?
thing. I was like, I'm not
It's
doing anything
heinous.
wrong.
It's
I've
heinous,
literally
sir.
committed no crime. I'm
It's
doing
a
nothing
felony
wrong.
free.
I don't
heard
think
it's
I
a
can.
fel-
I don't think I
I'm-
can be associated
I
with
heard
you
that's
anymore.
a felony three.
As
That's a
I'm
felony
walking
three.
to my motorcycle to leave after I've done this, the girls the crazy ass ratchet girls come out. They're like, this motherfucker, he wouldn't leave. We told him to leave. He's in here doing blah, blah, all this stuff. The cops are like, what's going on? I'm like,
I hate tacos.
I literally
in Taco
told
Bell.
them, I was
That's
like,
the crime.
I went in there, I ordered my tacos.
tacos inside
they
Taco
Didn't
tried
even
to-
blow up the bathroom.
I told them, I was like, I told them, I'm going to finish these tacos and then I'm going to leave, and there's nothing you can do about that. And they were just incensed, and the cops were like, well, we know you're fine, but they're asking for us to trespass you. So you're going to be trespassed from this
So
Taco
you're
Bell.
banned from Taco
I was
Bell
like,
forever.
not all of them, just this
Yeah,
one.
no, this
and I
one,
told
this-
the cops, I was like, I didn't want to go to this Taco Bell to begin with.
This
I
is
was
the-
like,
I
this
tried
was a-
McDonald's.
I was like, I tried.
McDonald's.
I've been
I
for-
tried
Wendy's.
the other options. They weren't open.
I've been forced by the
I'm
lack
he-
of. I've
yeah.
been forced by the lack of
That's what I told
ingenuity
him.
by the
I know.
employees at Wendy's and McDonald's to be
Yeah.
in this Taco Bell.
Yeah,
and now I'm being charged with a crime.
Okay, can
that
I-
Oh no,
basically-
I wasn't charged
Okay,
with any crime.
now I'm being alleged. Now there is an alleged crime that I've eaten tacos inside of Taco
but
Bell.
because the employees wanted me to leave and I didn't leave. The cops were even told, they're like, well, we have to trespass.
Did
you.
one at the
So
meal rape? Please tell me one at
I
the meal
was
rape.
ready for it. I was very prepared for that to happen. But like I said, cops are like, all right, whatever, you can leave. Just don't come back to this Taco Bell. And I was like, don't worry, my man. I was not coming back to this Taco Bell.
You should have honestly.
This
you
is the
should've-
last place I wanted
should've
to
made
be.
it-
First of all,
You should have made it like a crying shame. Like, really? What? I can't come back here ever again. This is a staple of my life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, mom. It's
Hey,
me.
there's-
It's
something's
Dan.
happened. Something's
It's me,
happened.
Dan.
the cops were even like apologetic. They were like, "Yeah, man, I'm
We
like."
get
it.
They,
Sorry.
they
We
could
get
they could tell immediately just by my
You
demeanor,
were just
and I
eating
was just
Taco Bell inside.
I was walking out of the place very slowly, and they're like, "All right, what's going on? What's going on here?" I was like,
These
I
ratchet
was
fuckers.
like, I was eating my tacos, and they tried to make me leave, and I told them no. And
Show
then I'm done with my tacos now, and I'm ready to leave. They're like, okay, whatever, dude. Sorry that we have to do this, but you're not allowed to come to this Taco Bell anymore. I was
That's
like,
your taxpayers.
Thank God, because
that
I
is
don't
your
want to ever come back to this
taxpayers'
Taco Bell.
dollars
shows
at
up
work.
on the news.
Long
Local
story
man
short,
eats tacos inside. Local man eats tacos inside.
Local man finishes his tacos and leave like a fucking barbarian.
Yeah, local man eats tacos inside.
32-year-old St. Petersburg man
Eats tacos inside.
trespassed.
But yeah, that is a terrible
Can I
Taco Bell either
can I
way.
piggyback on this for a minute? And this is something actually I'm glad you brought this up. Something that's been bothering the shit out of me very much lately. Ryan, my brother Ryan, they call us a Breeze, Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra. He was talking to me about how he went to a Wendy's at midnight, that they close at 2 a.m. And it's the Wendy's up on 4th Street in like 91st, I want to say.
So Noble Cross style.
So yeah, right up there. He goes up there around a midnight. This was 2 weeks ago. And he goes, I go to drive through 2 a.m. They're open till, and he's getting off work. He's hungry, and he pulls in the drive through, and they go, our systems are down.
Yeah.
We're only serving Uber Eats and DoorDash
That's the
right now.
classic line. The ice cream machine's down.
And he goes, well, I'm here and I have money, so can you not just, since you're here
Can you
anyway
not
cooking,
make
can you
me
not?
something?
I have cash or card, either way, whatever
You're
works.
cooking for DoorDash and Uber Eats, but you're not cooking for the people that
So
are
can I
here to
DoorDash
order
to my
their
car?
food. Yeah.
Can you just DoorDash
So
to my car?
he's like, and he was pissed, and I was just like, wow, dude, that's never happened to me. They're actually usually pretty good. I shit you
No,
not.
they're not.
The other night, I go through and do the same thing. They're open till 2.
You said, wait, I'm sorry, is this McDonald's or Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Wendy's, okay.
So the other night, I get out of work at 1 a.m. They're still open till 2. I go to 365 to get the beer, and then I loop back around, and I'm going to go to Wendy's and then drive my ass all the way back downtown. And I pull in at 1 a.m. on the dot. They're open till 2. He goes, our systems are currently down. I go, what do you mean? And he goes, our systems are currently down. We're only doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. I said, listen, man, and normally I don't do this, but I go, listen, man, if you guys don't want to do your fucking job, just say it. And then I peeled out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
So,
like,
right.
so
a couple things. Go ahead.
now, if I may, I'm a big fan of like the chicken sandwich challenge. Everybody's trying to beat Chick-fil-A these days. McDonald's got their own version of the chicken sandwich. KFC's got
the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
KFC's got a wonderful version of a chicken sandwich. Popeyes has one. Burger King actually
everybody's
has a really
everybody's
good one.
jumping on the trend.
The last 2 times I have left, they call us the Breeze podcast. There's a Burger King, and I leave there, 10 o'clock? There's a Burger King there that's open till midnight. Every single time I go through there, because that chicken sandwich, they fry it fresh, and it takes a little bit of time. The last 2 times I've gone through there on my way home, they're like, oh, yeah, our truck didn't come in. We don't have any of those chicken sandwiches.
No.
Bullshit. You
This
just
is
don't
the
feel like
issue.
fucking
Okay,
doing the
this
work.
is
At
the
least
issue.
you
Yes,
know
of
that
course,
they're
but this-
bullshitting
but
you,
here's
and
the
you're not
thing,
just like,
Rem,
well, I
here's-
guess they're out of
Here's
chicken
the thing that both
tonight.
of you guys obviously already
It's like,
understand.
do your fucking job,
Yeah.
Here's
dude.
the thing that both
Yeah.
you guys already understand. You know this. So we've been to Salem's, which we call
Oh,
Salem's.
well, don't even fucking...
Yo, Salem's
I
This is
love
not
Salem.
equivalent.
Listen to
This
this.
is
Easily,
No, no, no,
easily
Ratchet
disparaging
levels.
Salem.
Ratchet
Salem's
City.
is levels.
Ratchet
you're talking
City.
like, but I feel like this is a decent, or
They sell chicken
all-arching
gizzards.
blanket of
Fast
everything.
food chicken gizzards, Eddie.
But we went to Salem's. Megan orders. She has an American accent. They understand her fine. And then me and David in the car, so we both have to order in our own accents.
And they're fucking
And
wasted.
we'll say something, along the lines of, "Oh, we'll get a euro of fries," and I'll be like, "Can I get a euro of fries?" Like, "Oh, who?" And I'll see
Who?
What?
and
Who
I'll
is
see
not the right...
Yeah. It's
Who is
even-
not
it's
the right
even
adjective
It's
here?
not even the right adjective. And I'll be like, a euro of
He
fries.
says
And I'll be
who?
like, who? And I'll be like, right, I'll see
Who do you
later.
think?
But the thing is, you have to understand, past 11:59, even in daylight hours, these places are fairly unhinged. Past 12 o'clock at night, 12 a.m. in the morning, when you move into the morning, you're talking bandit country for these places.
Okay, so what
They
you're saying
can-
is they're getting nothing but ratchet customers one after the next after the next. So
Oh, I'm talking more about the.
There's
I
no
no
way that-
offense to the employees; they're probably lovely
Yeah.
people, but you can
No, they're-
only
no, they're
imagine.
not.
You
What?
can only imagine the type
Did
of
you
people.
just say the employees are
they're
lovely
probably
people?
nice enough, Dan.
They're not.
To be
They're
nice.
terrible.
so there's
be
a
nice to them.
double-sided sword here.
The thing I'll say is they're probably nice enough, but they've probably got their own issues. But you're in bandit country, man. You're going to a place which is you're going at 1 a.m. to somewhere like that.
Which
They're
Salem
not
are you
even
talking
on-
about?
the 34th,
34th
Street.
That one's not even that bad. Oh my
right
god!
around 9th Avenue.
Have
somewhere
you
around-
ever been on the one on 22nd Street South?
I'm sure it's,
that's the only one I've ever
but
been
the
to.
thing I'm saying is, but the 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 thing I'm saying is, boys, is in the daytime, you expect dog shit service. You expect your food to not be right in the daytime. That's the day shift. Imagine what it's like.
How do you build
at
business?
nighttime,
How do you keep business?
you rock up and you're like, hey, could I possibly get a euro? No.
Yeah.
And I was just there like, let's just leave, quick, leave.
Okay,
They know our license plate. Get out of here.
But see that
Get out of here. Get out.
I know. I feel like both of you were against me on this when I say that when you go to a fast food place and you get your food, you check all the food before you leave the window.
Duh.
Eddie's not about that.
Oh,
I
no.
can't deal with it. I can't do it.
Eddie's
I can't do
so
it. I'm
weak
sorry.
of a person.
Oh, I'll ask them.
that
I'll stare.
It's not like I'm a weak of a person.
Every time me and him have ever been in a fast food line, I will be coming up to the window where we're about to be handed the food, and I say, Edward, when we are handed this food, you put the car in park, you take the keys out of the ignition.
It's too awkward for me. I can't.
And
do it.
you take every single sandwich out of the bag. You look through every sandwich to make sure that it's right. You make sure you have your sauces. You make sure. I don't give a fuck if there's 30 people behind me and they're all
Well,
dying
Dan doesn't
of
drive
hunger.
either, so yeah.
Oh, when
I'm sorry.
Trust
guys.
me,
No,
this is across all platforms.
No, you're
Like, it
right.
doesn't
You're not
matter
wrong.
which-
You're not
like,
wrong.
When I did drive, it was the same exact way. You check everything in the bag. Eddie's always like, no, we got to go. We got to get out of here.
Well-
I don't care what's in the bag. They gave us the bag. We just got to go. And I'm just like, no. You wait.
That's why
you
I'm
check
not
the
a fan.
bag.
But I will say
you make
that's-
sure everything's right. That's why you can say like, hey, this isn't right. Because once you leave that, once you leave that
really
spot,
quick?
you're done.
Can
You
I
think you're
explain
gonna go
why I
back and
don't
get what you
like
want?
fast food? It's not the type of food.
Nobody likes fast food.
No. But can
It's a
I explain why
necessity.
I don't like the experience of fast food? So you drive in there, right?
Right.
And then you wait, and then I find it stressful waiting. I don't care for that. That's the least stressful part. I find it stressful waiting. Then you pull your car up, and then I have to speak in my accent, and then the best case scenario is they're like, "Oh, he got a weird accent," you know what I mean? And then they continue to talk about the accent for a while, and then they ask me what I want, and then they get it wrong. In the worst case scenario is that I have
Always.
to continually repeat what I say,
Yeah.
and then get a completely different protein on my sandwich.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just it's not enjoyable whatsoever. I'm not a fast food person anymore whatsoever. It's not for me. And the fact that you would ever go to somewhere after midnight and think that you would get anything other than
Shit
verbally assaulted and potentially physically assaulted as well is mind blowing to me.
If you're at a point where you're going to get fast food, you've clearly exhausted all of the other options that are on the table.
And it's late, and it's time to get
you're-
fed and pass
You
out.
need to get food. You're not there because you're not at McDonald's in the drive-through line at 2 a.m. because you want to be there. Nobody wants to be in that place.
It's just sustenance.
You've made a series of poor decisions leading up to this final conclusion.
Oh, I'll get food later.
You're
I'll
like,
get food later.
I
I'll
need
get food
something
later.
protein and
Well,
greasy to
now it's later.
to satiate my hunger before I go to bed.
Yeah.
So you've already made a whole bunch of bad decisions to get there. So it's like we can't really be too choosy, but they are all terrible. But I do have a point that I want to make, but I will make it when we get back. We're going to take a little break, guys.
Little
break.
teaser.
Little teaser there. Remy's got to take a little smoke break.
And a piss.
We will be right back, guys. Do not go
Anapish.
anywhere.
Sorry.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Joining you again after a lovely little break we just had. Just had a little talk about fast food restaurants and our just love of them.
It's just, oh, man.
But just one thing here, and the point that I wanted to make.
Oh,
I-
yes,
I
we had a
teased
surprise
it
point.
a little
Yes,
bit
yes,
before
yes,
there.
yes, yes,
but
yes,
my
yes.
whole point is The one thing, and I'm not trying, this isn't really political, some people might take it as that, but I'm not trying to get political here, but the one thing that everyone's said for a long time, that everyone's like, oh, we need to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. We need to make any job, regardless if it's cooking fries, if it's flipping burgers, all of those jobs, those fast food jobs, we need to make those $15, potentially $16, $17 an hour. And everybody always the rebuttal to that is, well, I don't think that those people work hard enough or are deserving of that type of pay. Which, if you've ever been to one of those fast food restaurants or ever had the experiences that we've had, you're probably right. Those people do not deserve $15, $16, $17 an hour. But my whole point is, and just hear me out, if you make those positions worth that amount of money, those people aren't going to have jobs anymore. If you take those positions that those people have and make them desirable, better people will come in. If you take those positions and give them more money, there's going to be other people that are actually quality workers going, oh, maybe I could take a job.
Now on the
I
opposite,
think there's an argument.
all those shitty people that are working there hold on, let me finish my point. All those people that are shitty workers that don't do anything, that don't take their job seriously, that just fuck off all day, that our systems are down, we can't take care, the ice cream machine's down. All those people that don't do their job, that are just shitty workers that are lazy and don't do anything, those people aren't going to be getting $15 an hour because they're immediately going to be fired for a quality worker that is going to then fill that spot.
I'm gonna have to jump over you.
You're not giving that money to shitty workers. You're giving that money to the good workers that are going to immediately fill those spots.
Dan, I'm sorry to cut you off, Remy.
That's why people need to be paid more money.
Dan, let me jump in
5
really
seconds.
quick.
5 seconds.
I got
Go
to
ahead.
in here. I'm sorry. Listen, you work to the pay grade, right? And you work to the system that you're involved in.
This is probably my point anyway.
So I don't think it's fair. Listen, obviously everyone gets upset when you go to somewhere and you receive poor service, right? That's a thing. You're upset about it, but you work to your pay grade, man. There's people that are working these jobs which are less than desirable, and they're probably working, let's say they work 30 hours a week, and they can't afford to pay any of their bills. So why the hell would they give a shit? Do you know what I mean? I can completely understand why they don't give a shit.
Up the pay for the people that are already there, they might actually start giving a shit.
If you start paying people $15 an hour, the individuals that are paid at these establishments would probably start providing a better service. I think it's really
I don't think so.
A little bit more morale, a little bit happier.
Exactly. It's on.
That was the point I was going to make.
You're talking about a system that is flawed because you're talking about people that are paid less than they can pay their possible bills. So why the hell would you care? You know what I mean? You wouldn't care either.
But that either way, that does the job that I'm trying to get done.
Right,
either way, whether or
but
not.
I think you worded it wrong.
No,
I don't think I
did.
Listen. If you provide a person with a working wage, with a wage that says, hey, let's say you pay them $16 an hour, right? The big company that's paying them still is making serious money. They're still doing very, very well. Exactly. And then these individuals that work for them are now being able to meet their bills. They've got a bit of extra spending money. They probably change their attitude on things. You know what? If I worked for a place, if I worked for a place and they paid me $10 an hour, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's not on that these people are underpaid. You know. Of course, there is.
I think those people are paid appropriately.
No,
they're terrible, shitty workers, and they're getting terrible, shitty pay.
I can't agree with that.
If you started paying those positions more, those dumb people that don't know how to work or do anything right, they're just going to be. They're going to be slowly.
The thing that people do,
and you're right. Some of them will up
to your
their
pay
ability.
Grade. Individuals work to their pay grade.
I guarantee 90% of the people that are working in those positions now, if all you did was give them more money,
I think that's inaccurate because you know why, Dan?
Amplify the
Because you know why,
problems that
Dan?
they already have.
No,
They're
no,
going to
no.
blow all their
Because
money.
you know
They're going
why?
to be doing a
No,
bunch of
no,
dumb
no,
shit.
that's
They're going to be
inaccurate.
out of the job in 2 weeks.
Do you know
and
why
someone
that's
that's
inaccurate?
capable is going to get in there and do the job.
But at least give the individual the chance to make the money to pay their bills and
Absolutely.
see if
Give them the chance.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If you're paying an
yeah.
individual $10 an hour, $10 an hour in this current economy does absolutely nothing for anyone.
No.
Yeah.
That's $100 a day if you work 10 hours.
But-
and then you text out and you get 70 of it. $70 can be spent in an hour and a half.
Yeah,
just doing regular menial things.
My whole point,
gas and food is
whole-
$150.
there is zero competition for those jobs.
But there will be when
there's.
there's. But there would be.
But that's my point.
then-
At that point there will be. If you drive down the street, every single fast food restaurant has a sign on the front of their place saying, "We are hiring,
But not willing
we'll
to pay.
hire
But
anybody."
not willing to pay.
Exactly. Well, so they're taking the bottom of the barrel. They know
Right,
that's all
but
they
so-
can do.
so listen to me.
If you gave them more money and made
so
those
listen to
positions
me.
higher
So
payable,
listen to me.
those
So listen
people
to
would
me.
not have jobs.
So
They'd
listen
be
to me,
gone.
Dan. So listen to me. The difference in our thought process here is that the individual is that we both agree that the lower paying jobs should be paying more.
They should
but
be.
The difference,
Absolutely.
But the difference is that I believe that the individuals in the job would be more. They'd be more willing to provide a better service and better do their job. Where they be paying their bills? Where they be?
There.
But you. Right, and I can see that there could be issues with certain people. Of course there could.
Yeah.
Of course there could. And it could
All
attract other
bias
people.
aside, though.
Well, there's no bias here.
No, but I'm
no,
saying
there's no
like
bias here.
for the sake of conversation, all bias aside on how they are or how they were or what they are or what they do, if we raise the thing, you either have to step up to that level to make that
Listen,
money.
That's
and
what
you're
I'm
Listen,
happier.
saying.
boys,
It's going to
listen,
make
boys, we're all-
everything better.
and
You're
we're
either going
also-
to have to step up or you get
And
fired for
boys,
someone that can
listen,
do the
and
job.
boys, listen, and boys, listen.
It's gonna make
We're
everything
also-
better.
All three of us are all low skill, low class workers at the end of the day.
True.
Easy.
We're all
there.
low. No, we are.
Easy.
No,
there,
we are, man.
son.
No, we are. At the end of the day,
I'm high class. Over
No,
here,
we're all
baby.
low-
I'm high
no, we
skill,
are,
high
though, we
class.
are.
I'll play advocate.
I
yes,
provide
correct.
a service.
We
no,
all,
I'm obviously.
No,
I'm talking.
we're
in jest.
hospitality. I mean, you know.
but we're all in the eyes of society. We're all low level.
Thankfully, we have
low-class workers,
personalities.
But we get paid based on our ability.
Right.
The tips you make and the money you make working in a service industry
And look
is
how that works.
is
And look how-
exactly
but look how that
what
works.
you've earned
Exactly,
and what
exactly.
you've made.
So if you
those
start-
people that
so
are
if-
making $8 an hour, $9 an hour, they're making that because that's
So
the
if you
job
raised
they're
it to
doing.
15, you might see the competence raise as well with it, right?
I think it would. I do think in certain cases, yes, you're right. There are people that if you immediately made their money near, like if you're getting $7-8 an hour and you immediately get $15-16 an hour, there are certain people that would up their capability and up their output only because the only reason they would be doing that is because, like you said, like I was saying before, if you made those positions that payable, there would be so much demand and there would be so much need for those jobs. You would immediately have a flood of resumes and people trying to work there.
But I think
so
you would
the people that
but
are
I
there would be
also-
like,
but in
fuck,
addition
I
to
need
that-
to
in
start
addition
doing
to
my
that-
job.
Right, but
or
in
you
addition
lose
to
the
that-
job
but in
and then there'd
addition
be
to
other
that-
skilled workers
But in
and they can do
addition
the
to that,
job.
but in addition to that, I do think individuals that are being massively underpaid, right? Because it is underpaid.
Yeah.
To show up for work for $8-9 an hour.
Well, some of them don't
regardless of what you're
deserve the
doing,
$8 an hour they're getting.
Listen. Regardless of what you're doing, $8 to $9 an hour in St. Petersburg is underpaid.
Yeah.
No, if you
Unlivable.
if I
Well-
show up to work for $8-9 a day, I better be sleeping for all of it. I'm
I'm
telling you, I better be on my phone.
The
in bed.
last couple fast food places I've been to, they're lucky to get
Right,
$8
and that's
an hour.
the thing.
I've
They're
been to
working to their
multiple
pay grade.
fast food restaurants where $3 an hour is right about what they should be
They're
making.
working to their pay grade. $8-9 an hour doing nothing. That's about what I want. If I want
to do nothing,
if I'm staying
you're
in
right.
bed on my phone, I better get $8-9 an hour.
And if you made it $15 an hour, those people would still be at home in their
I
bed
have
on
to-
their
no, I
phone,
have
and
to
there'd be
argue that.
other
No, I have to
capable
argue that.
people.
I have to argue that because
Well,
do you
what
know
are
what?
you even?
Because
You're,
you know
you're
what?
just
Because you
saying
know
that
why?
if you
Because
made it
you
more
know why?
money.
Because you know why? Chick-fil-A is a perfect example. They're paying 15 to 18 an hour, right?
And they
For
have
individuals.
quality workers. That
Right, because they're
that
paying them and they're
proves my
vetting them.
point.
Right, but
That
if you pay
proves my
people right,
point.
they work to the pay grade.
No, Eddie. Okay,
They're doing the same job.
Okay, Eddie. The difference in what we're talking about is you think that those Chick-fil-A workers would be doing less of a job if they were paid less. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be working there. They would be working.
But I'm saying the same individuals in the job which are getting paid less could definitely work to a higher pay grade. I believe that.
No, and I'm telling you, I know this is an opinion-based question. You're wrong. The people that
That's your opinion.
The people that I'm talking about have no capability above $8-9.
I'm not sure that's true. I mean, I can see what you're saying.
The majority of the McDonald's and those types of places, unfortunately,
rising tides and boats.
It's a sad part of our society.
Rising tide floats all boats.
Tides and boats. Rising tides and boats.
Unfortunately,
when you rise a tide, the boat rides with it.
Unfortunately, yeah, exactly. Which means certain
people will sink.
They would be losing their jobs.
Certain people.
There are certain people that are only capable of working to $8-9 an hour, and they're not capable of working more than that. They would lose their jobs.
Let me say that firstly. Yes, there will be individuals that are like that.
But
I do believe
90%.
I think that's wrong.
Lose with their jobs.
It's a ridiculous statement to say that there's a quantifiable number of people, because it's not a quantifiable number.
Yeah, it's circumstantial.
Listen. Certain people, that many people will be able to perform better in their job when they're paid better. That's undeniable. I can understand what you're saying.
Oh.
That you've had bad experiences with it. Many people have. Many people have bad experience with underpaid.
I'm the only one, huh?
No. Everyone has. But listen, and I'm the first to say, listen, if I was getting paid poorly, I'm going to do a poor job. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But when you raise the pay, when you start to see, when individuals, let me finish, please let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
When people are then offered the opportunity to be able to maybe not support their family, but be able to bring something forward to the table as a member of their family, their community, they will start to offer more for their job. There'll be more incentive for it.
I would honestly love that.
Right. And I think that is a thing. I think that could be possible.
If there was a possibility to just start paying people more and then they would work harder, I absolutely would love that. I have no issues against that. I think that would be the perfect world. Right. That would be a utopian society where all you had to do was give people a little bit more money and they would just start working harder.
And of course,
I just don't think that's the way it is. I think if you make those positions higher paid, those people would lose their jobs because there'd be other people. Like I said, it comes back to every single restaurant or fast food restaurant you go to, they're all hiring because nobody wants to work there.
Right.
But if you made those positions, people would want to work there. The people that are there now, they would be back home.
Right.
They would go right back to where they were before, sleeping on their mom's couch and scrolling on their phone all day, which is fine. That's all right. Other people that are capable of doing the job would be fine to those
I understand
positions.
what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
People aren't just going to be like, well, I've been a shitty worker for the last 5 years. I'm just going to become a good worker.
Listen,
no,
I understand what you're saying. I understand
what
you're saying. But I think part of that is based around a Stockholm syndrome of capitalism, which is just that, if you work hard, you can do so much better. But there are many different...
But that's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you raise the national minimum,
then they'll step up.
Then there is... Do you know what I mean? When you influence people to do better, people will do better.
Yeah. Can I say this? Can I put in my 2 cents here?
Go ahead.
It's kind of for both of you guys. So if I'm behind on the rent, which never happens ever, but if I'm behind on the rent and I have 2 shifts left for that month and I have to make that rent, I'm going to kind of be stressed out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of probably going to be shitty and very, very snippy with my customers if they're not spending the kind of money they should be spending and taking up my realty in my section or whatever it is, and they're doing what. Yeah. If I'm 2 days ahead of the rent, I might be a little bit more jovial and having fun, and the money just kind of comes and follows with that. But if I'm up against if I'm backed against a corner and I don't know how my bills are going to get paid, and I don't know how I'm going to buy food for dinner tonight because rent's due in 2 days and I'm $400 down and I don't get a paycheck for another 4 days, I'm not going to be in a very good mood. But if I'm already up and I'm making money and I'm ahead of the bills then I'm gonna just be in a better mood with my daily
Yes,
interactions.
but Remy, you're in this
That's
analogy.
I do understand what he's getting at with that analogy. He's saying that if the opportunity,
the stress, if the stress
I know
is
what
there,
you're
if
saying.
the opportunity is there to provide a better lifestyle for yourself and for the people that you love,
I'm
going
gonna
to
be in a better mood, and I'm gonna be better at work.
I really think
I genuinely believe that.
you're comparing yourself to people that do not have the same
Dan,
work
listen,
ethic
and
as
Dan,
you.
listen, and Dan,
That's
listen,
my
Dan,
point.
listen. When I
You're
say this,
comparing yourself
Dan, when I say this,
to
Look.
you're comparing yourself to the guy that was on the intercom saying our systems are down right now. We can't take any
Dan,
orders.
why don't we meet
babe.
in the middle?
Or
Dan, why don't we meet in the
the
middle
guy
here?
Eddie, the guy that told Ryan, we're doing Uber orders and we're doing DoorDash orders
Only.
but we can't. Like, do you really think that you wouldn't like any reasonable human being?
Babe, I'm conservative.
Wouldn't be-
If you don't think for
like,
1 minute I don't
you're-
want to jump on what you're trying to
you're
get at,
comparing yourself to a lesser worker.
I know,
Which, like
I
I said,
know.
like
I said, playing
dude,
advocate.
I'm
Yeah.
totally on board with, yes, if there are workers that could up their game to work towards the level that I believe they should be paid, great. That's awesome. If people being paid less than a livable wage were immediately paid a livable wage, $15, $16 an hour, and if they upped their ability to that level, that's great. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Why don't we meet in the
all
middle
I
here?
want,
Listen.
I want is capable and efficient.
So
and
listen, why don't we meet in the
logical
middle here?
workers.
Why don't we meet
But
in the
I'm
middle
just
here,
saying,
right?
I'm more pessimistic. You know,
So
I'm
listen,
usually a
why
pessimist.
don't
Eddie,
we-
hold
come
on. I just think that the majority of those shitty people don't have the capacity to work past $9
and
an hour.
obviously, with
just
the
don't.
with the experience that you and many people have had, including myself, with those industries, are negative. But if you think about it, why don't we just meet in the middle? Many people in those industries probably would work a lot harder and a lot better.
Some of them, yes.
And many would, and then some wouldn't, right? So
Yeah.
it's probably a mix, right? It's probably a mix.
Yeah, and I already told you it wouldn't be all of them.
I'm
but-
in belief of, listen, we're in a time of wild inflation. I think the last
Either way, they should be paid
we're in a time
more.
of
Those
wild,
positions
right.
should be paid more bottom line.
And we're in a time of wild inflation, and like I've said, the rising tide lifts all boats. When we go to work, we have to worry less about inflation.
Yeah, but the shitty boats sink.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you
like-
is regarding the economy, when for us, people like us, the food prices rise, the drinks rise, the
Double
the
cheeseburger
rent,
at McDonald's.
the rent, the drink, everything rises.
Yeah.
Well, we get paid more because our employees because our
Because
customers pay more as
because
well.
we work hard to make the money that we make. We do what we need to do to make the money we need to
Right.
live.
I just think
the majority of those shitty.
I don't think I
those
wouldn't say the
shitty
majority. I would
workers
say
that-
I would say it would be a fair chance to give people. The thing is, what I'm saying is, for individuals like us, we are paid based on our food and drink prices, which will rise due to inflation.
Well, it's also
That
your
means-
ability. It's also your service
just
industry
listen,
ability.
Let
Yeah.
me continue. That means that as the food and drink prices rise, our pay rises because we are paid 20% as a rule, no matter what. And as the food and, as a rule, right?
Generally,
As a rule,
don't
right?
get upset, Dan. Let's keep going.
As a
Let's
rule,
keep
of
going. Let's
course,
keep-
man. Listen, I work in this industry with you. I know there's bad tippers, of course, man. But as a rule, as food and drink rises, our pay rises because, as a rule, 20% rises with it, right?
Correct. Yes.
When you see individuals getting paid $9 an hour, as food and drink rises, as rent rises, their pay doesn't rise. So they're stagnant in their pay.
Yeah.
They're losing every single day as inflation continues.
Yeah.
At least as inflation continues, at least our pay does somewhat rise with it
Tipped employees,
because the places we work with raise their food and drink prices, and with that our pay rises. Right?
Good point.
So I just think, listen, maybe if and I'm not arguing with you, man. There's some bad employees out there, but
Yeah.
it's giving people
I just think
chances
the
is worth
majority.
something.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I'm not against giving them chances. I just think giving everyone a chance is a good idea. I'm just saying if that happens, all the shitty employees are going to be slowly pushed out of those positions. Right. We do have to take a little break, though. Sorry to get all heated on you guys.
I'm literally going to name this episode, Would You Like Fries with That?
Yeah. Would you like to supersize that?
Or maybe even our service.
Would you like a supersized drink? Would you like the 64 ounce?
Our service is down tonight.
We're going to take a little break,
the
guys.
Ice cream machine is broken. The ice cream machine
is down. We'll be right back.
The ice cream is broken.
I'm going to go fix the ice cream machine. I'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Thank you for staying with us, guys. We've joined you after another lovely break. A couple darts, you know how it goes.
Lots going on. Lots going on tonight.
We got into it a little bit in the last segment. We're going to go ahead and leave that. We're going to start afresh, start anew. Just the one thing I wanted to start off with, kind of you, Eddie. I know Remy probably doesn't know a whole lot about that. Have you heard anything about the potential 49ers Dolphins trade Jimmy Garoppolo to Tagovailoa?
I have not heard about it, but I'd be interested to hear about it, actually. I really want to hear about it now.
There's nothing more to hear about other than that. Is there
any parameters of the trade?
I don't think they've gotten into specifics. I think it might be a done deal. I just know. When I say done deal, I mean it's dead. A dead deal.
Yeah.
But there was, at one point within the last week, an offer on the table, a Garoppolo Tua swap.
And what would that include? Just a straight swap?
You know what? I didn't get the specifics. There's different.
To me, so what I've heard about
different people
out of the 49ers camp, obviously football camp started this week, which is nice to have football back. Players are running around in shorts, getting injured, doing their thing, getting traded. I did hear that. The only thing I've heard out of 49ers camp was that Debo was probably getting extended. Because there was that long thing about Debo not wanting to play for the 49ers. I'm not sure he's as good as he thinks he is. I don't know if that's...
Tua?
No, Debo.
Oh, Debo. Oh, wait, what?
No, well, that's the only thing I've heard out of the
amazing.
I'm talking about 49ers camp right now. The San Francisco 49ers.
Debo.
The only thing I've heard out of 49ers camp is that Debo may be getting extended. I'm not sure that Debo is good as he thinks he is, or I don't know. I wouldn't be paying. I wouldn't be doing this. I would not be paying Debo Samuel $20+ a year. That's
really? Why?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like Debo to me is a $50 million.
Tyreek Hill's getting $40 million a year. You don't think that Debo Samuel's worth half that?
Firstly,
I'd say he's easily worth half that.
Well, firstly, Tyreek Hill is grossly overpaid and massive, especially in that system.
My question.
So we have to, when it's an arbitrary number like that, we have to obviously come back to the regular norm. The regular norm for a top 5 wide receiver is anywhere between 20 and 30, right? And I'm not sure Debo is worth that. He's had one good year. He's been a Swiss Army knife for San Francisco. I'd be hesitant to pay Debo Samuel anywhere north of 20 mil. I wouldn't. Let me tell you this. If Debo Samuel was a free agent and the Bills paid him $30+ a year, I'd hate it. I wouldn't want him on my team for $30 million a year.
Wait. How did we go from $20 to $30 million a year?
Because the
I didn't say $30 million a year.
You said Tyreek Hill's getting 40.
Yeah, and I said you don't think that Debo is worth half of that.
Okay, so that's 20. So that's 20 mil. So what's half of 40? 20.
He gets damn near equal the production that Tyreek Hill gets. If you're talking about yards, touchdowns, receptions, things like that.
I'd be hesitant to pay
yards from scrimmage.
I'd be hesitant to pay a gadget like Debo Samuel $20+ a year.
Why?
I just don't. I think you can get that production for cheaper through 3 to 5 different players. I feel like when you're playing someone $25+, they better be a wide receiver 1. Like, I don't see Debo.
Yeah, but
as a wide receiver one. I don't see him as that.
Debo's a running back wide receiver.
Right, exactly.
He plays both positions. He
and
can be a running back. He can be a wide
very
receiver.
exactly. You can pay a very good running back $5 million, and you can pay a number 120. So for 25, you can get two players.
Okay, you do realize that Debo Samuel had top 5
yeah, of course,
yards,
in 1 year,
yards
in 1 year,
from scrimmage and receiving yards last year.
In 1 year, he did absolutely.
Okay,
but I don't want to pay a gadget guy. I don't want to pay a gadget guy 20 plus. I'd rather pay a true number 1 25.
What would you pay Tyreek Hill?
Oh God, 18, 25, 18 to 20, 18 to 20. I think we've had this conversation many times. I think Tyreek Hill will have a huge drop off in production this year because he doesn't have Mahomes. He's not going to stretch the field. Regarding the,
I've said that I think
of
you're
course,
wrong on
yeah,
that.
of course. So we're not going to get into that. But regarding the Garoppolo Tua trade, you'd have to have more parameters to it. Is it a straight trade?
I said,
okay. Well, let's just talk. Let's just talk hypothetical. Let's just talk hypothetical. Let's just talk hypothetical.
About
so why don't we
trade.
talk? So let's talk some hypotheticals, shall we?
What if it's a straight swap?
Yeah. So let's talk hypothetically.
A young quarterback for an old.
Okay.
quarterback.
So tell me, who do you? Well, is Garoppolo that old?
Did you just say who am I taking?
No. Who is? Firstly, is Garoppolo that old? He can't be older than 28, right? He's 28, 29.
I think he's pushing 30. I don't think he's
okay,
quite
so
there.
let's call Garoppolo.
Tua is what, 22, 23?
Tua is young. He's probably 25 max. He's probably 22, 23.
Yeah.
So Tua is probably 22, 23. Garoppolo's probably 28, 29. In a straight swap, who would I have? I'd have
Tua is 24.
Okay, so Tua is 24. And you've got Garoppolo who's probably 29, 30. Who would I have? In a straight swap?
Straight swap between the two of
I'd
us.
take
Jimmy's 30.
Okay, I'd take Garoppolo.
I'd take Tua all day.
That's fine. So let's make a trade, buddy.
Jimmy's
let's make a trade, buddy.
Jimmy's already proven that he's damn near worthless as far as doing anything as far as an elite quarterback.
Wrong.
Jimmy Garoppolo's had an amazing defense and amazing weapons around him. You've literally taken a Super Bowl team and put him with what is essentially a game manager that hasn't gotten you anywhere. That it does nothing in big games. He's always wanty. Every time Garoppolo goes up against solid opponents, Garoppolo feasts on sub 500 teams. He absolutely feasts on shitty teams, which is great because he's got a great team behind him. You take Garoppolo, you put him on the Miami Dolphins, he is not even top 20.
We'll see what happens because Garoppolo, obviously, like you said, he's proven that he beats bad teams. He's obviously that doesn't really work in the NFC West because you've got the LA, whatever their team, the Rams, the Chargers, the Rams are over in that division. The Rams are a fucking good team. The Rams are a great team. The Hawks are going to the Hawks are going to be garbage this year. Hawks are going to be garbage. They got no quarterback. They've just lost Chris Carson. Their defense is trash. The Hawks are going to be bottom 5 this year. But who's the other NFC West team? Oh, the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yeah. How about that Kyler Murray money?
I mean, yeah, it's not for me. I like Kyler Murray, but I wouldn't be paying him that. But regardless of that, listen.
I think that's going to go down as one of the worst contract agreements of all time.
It's the good thing for them is we're getting off track here. Let's go back to the trade.
Yeah.
We'll quickly touch on this.
Yeah, we'll go back.
It's not the worst deal for Arizona because I believe it's only 5 years, and I'm he's 22 years old, man. He's 22 years old.
Kyler Murray.
He's 22. He's young as fuck.
Kyler Murray is 22.
He's young as fuck. He's so young. So he's going to be there. They'll see what happens with that. Regarding Tua and Garoppolo, I take Garoppolo. I really don't. I'm not a believer in Tua whatsoever. I really don't think he's got a chance. When you talk about Garoppolo,
Kyler's 24.
24. Okay, so he'll be 29. He'll still be very much in the NFL by the time they're done. Right? It's not like they've given him a 10-year contract. He's a young man. He's going to be playing through his prime. They'll see what he's about.
But he's not worth half the money they've given him.
Right. But at the same time, you overpay for quarterbacks. I'm not saying that's a good deal for the Cardinals, but what I am saying is a better deal than going into this draft.
He's the second highest paid quarterback in the league.
But it's only
as far
5
as
years.
annual.
But it's only 5 years.
So you're going to pay him $44 million a year for 5 years.
Let's go back to the Tua trade. Let's
to-
go back to the Tua
to
trade.
lose
Let's do one
to
thing.
the Rams every year.
Let's do it one thing at a time, right?
Okay.
Tua versus Garoppolo. I'm taking Garoppolo.
I'm taking Tua.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're obviously doing that based on potential, right? Because Tua has proven to be pretty poor so far.
No, not at all. He's got a
Right.
winning record. I think he's 13-8 in his NFL career.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair play
I
to
can
him.
double check that if you
Absolutely
want.
owned by, but just owned by the Bills in the division. You don't want someone like that. They just own him all day. That's the issue. Is he's just owned by a team in his division. He needs to go to a different division where he could have a better chance.
Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. Tua Tagovailoa's NFL record is 15-8.
That's really good. They had that 8 or 9 game run, right, where they played weak teams. The thing is, it's going to be a problem for Tua.
What do you mean weak teams? You just
Well, they played outside the division.
You love any reason you can to not give Tua his credit. Tua is not only is he younger, I would say their ability is similar. I think Tua is a more accurate quarterback. Everyone always loves to jump on him because he can't throw a deep ball, which you do. You need in no way do you need to be able to throw a deep ball to win football games in the NFL. That is just,
to be honest,
that's just not a thing at all. Nowhere has anyone ever been like, well,
that's false.
If you can't throw a deep ball, you can't win in the NFL. That's clearly
false.
not
That
the case.
is false. But
what's false?
The fact that you do need a deep ball.
No,
you
you
need
don't.
to take the top of defenses.
No. You
Okay.
don't.
So can you win a Super Bowl with Ryan Fitzpatrick? Because he is exactly what
on
Tua Tagovailoa
on the right team.
He's
yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa's
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa's
Fitzpatrick
ceiling is
also
Ryan
played
Fitzpatrick.
for the Bills. So
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we went 8-8.
So clearly playing on a bad team
Right.
is indicative of a quarterback's success.
Why? When did Ryan Fitzpatrick go deep in the playoffs?
You put Ryan Fitzpatrick on a good team? He played for the Jets. He played for the Miami Dolphins.
Right, because
he
he's
played
a
for the
journeyman.
Buffalo
He's
Bills.
a journeyman that people don't respect, right?
Yeah,
And he's a good guy. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a good guy.
Ryan Fitzpatrick has the ability. He could have
He's a Bills fan.
easily.
He's a good guy.
You put
He's
Ryan
not-
Fitzpatrick on a really good team with a good defense, he wins. You put Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Wow, what a shout!
You put Ryan.
What a shout!
I guarantee you put Ryan.
What a shout!
You put Ryan.
Well, the Bills
Fitz-
have the best. The Bills have the best defense in the NFL.
That's debatable.
Well, they had the. Well, it's not debatable. Are we talking statistically, or are we talking about
potentially? But.
Right. So, listen, going back to it, Garoppolo for Tua. I mean, it's a wash to me. Both of them are mid-level,
but Tua's younger.
Exactly. He may have more potential. I just don't see an awful lot of growth.
He hasn't proven himself to choke in big situations. Jimmy Garoppolo chokes in big situations. Jimmy Garoppolo feasts, like I just said. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm not sure he does.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a great quarterback playing against shitty NFL teams. He plays against. He gets deep in the playoffs. He shits the bed.
I think
the
same can be said about
shits the
Tua.
bed.
I think the same can be said about Tua.
Tua's been in the
it's
league
a
for
very
like 2
exactly.
years. What
It's
do
a
you
very
mean?
small sample size.
Yeah, Tua has potential to grow. Jimmy
Why don't you let me talk?
Garoppolo's done.
Why don't you let me talk?
Go ahead.
Tua had the 7 or 8 game run. They beat up on bad teams, right? Short passes.
What were all the teams that they beat? You said they beat up on a bunch of bad teams. What
Right.
are the teams that they beat?
What were the good teams they beat? Tell me that. That's
I
better. Tell me who the good teams. They didn't beat the Bills.
They beat a
They
couple.
didn't beat the Bills. Let me tell you that. So they didn't beat the Bills, and then were they in the first round of the playoffs and they lost? They don't beat good teams. The Dolphins are the perennial edge of everything. Get beaten by 40 points team. They're a bad football team. Like they've got some good, highly paid players, but Tua is really dragging them down.
Yeah, I don't think Tua's dragging them down.
Yeah, if they had a great quarterback, they could be a player. They could be a player with a good quarterback.
I think Tua's dragging them to mediocrity. I think.
I think he's keeping them slightly below mediocrity.
Terrible.
So
and then with him, they're actually
Kyler Murray is a
they're
far better
team.
player than Tua Tagovailoa. Kyler Murray is far better than Tua. Kyler is an absolute nightmare matchup for any defensive coordinator. He's a nightmare. The guy can go anywhere. He can make every throw. It's just finding.
Okay.
Kyler Murray will have a better career than Tua Tagovailoa. You can book that here right now.
All right. So, are you ready for the teams that he beat? He beat.
You have the teams he lost to as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
Just do the full record from last year. Let's go.
Hold on. Well, no, I mean just
the full record from last year.
Hold on, let me. I don't.
They were what 9-8 or 8-9.
I don't have that right now, but they beat the Rams, the Bengals, a bunch of other.
Right, and who did they lose to? They were a bad team. They didn't make the playoffs. They got crushed by the Bills twice. The Dolphins aren't a good team. They're a mediocre team. Kyler Murray is a better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa. That's like beyond. That's not even close.
Hold on real quick. I've got it right here. Oh my God, come on.
And I feel like it's definitely not a reach to say that the NFC West is stronger than the AFC East, right?
NFC West
is stronger than the right. So Kyler Murray's playing that division. Yeah. He's playing against the Seahawks with Russell Wilson, the LA Rams, Super Bowl champions, and the he plays for Arizona. Who's the other NFC West team?
NFC West, it's the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Niners, and
the Niners, who are a good
Rams.
team with a very good defense that beat Green Bay last year. That's a good division, man. Kyler Murray is. I would be more than happy to pay Kyler Murray before I paid Tua.
Well, let me just hold on. Go back to where I was before. All right, these are the. So they beat the Rams.
Right.
They beat the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Denver.
And who did they lose to?
They beat Cincinnati.
Right.
They lost to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the New England Patriots,
Mm-hmm.
who are better than the Bills. They
had a worse record. What are you doing?
They also beat the Raiders.
Sorry, I can't argue this. I can't argue with you.
No,
How
no.
are the New England Patriots better than the Bills?
Hold on.
When they lost twice, when they lost to us once, and we crushed them in the playoffs.
Wait.
How are they a better team than
You
us?
said that Tua only beat bad teams.
How are the let me circle back. How are the New England Patriots better than the Buffalo Bills?
I just like taking the piss, Edward. But
exactly, we crushed them. They didn't stop us once.
Hold on. Let me
in 9 drives.
Let me just go back to your complete fallacy of a statement saying that Tua's only beat bad teams.
Did he beat the Bills?
Would you like me to repeat the teams that he beat? You ready? You listening?
Mm-hmm.
Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Are they good?
Yeah, the Rams are a good team.
I don't even know football, and
Rami-
Rams are good.
Wait, hold on.
Are the Rams a good
team?
team?
Can I just say something really
You
quick?
can ask me. Rams are good.
You're
How
talking
did the
over me.
Rams
Can I
do
say
last
something?
year?
You're talking over me.
I think they
How'd
won.
the Rams do last year?
Did they win in their own
Are the
stadium?
Rams okay?
Did they win
Are
in their
they-
own stadium?
Oh, no, wait. They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you
in
guys
their
are
own
right.
stadium?
You guys are
Oh.
right. Listen, you guys.
Oh, they
gonna
won the
talk over
Super
me,
Bowl.
That's fine.
No. Edward, you're going to listen. Then they also beat the Cardinals, who, correct me if I'm wrong, they're a playoff team? Did they make it to the playoffs? Cardinals a bad team?
I think
you're right. I think
the Cardinals missed the playoffs.
He
to be
only
honest.
beat shitty
I believe
teams,
the Cardinals
Rams
missed the
and the
playoffs,
Cardinals.
but you are right.
The
Cardinals missed the playoffs, I believe.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
Missed the playoffs. They're a good team, though. Hey,
Good team.
hey, Herbert's a good quarterback. They're a very good team.
So the Dolphins beating them makes them a bad team.
They're a great team. The Dolphins are a great team.
The Dolphins beat
The Dolphins
the
are a great team, brother. What does it mean when... Wait, the Dolphins are a great team, right?
Wait.
Go on.
I got another one. The Cincinnati Bengals.
They're a good team, right?
How is Cincinnati?
For the first time in a very long time. Actually,
How's
a
Cincinnati?
pretty
The
good
Bengals
time.
are a good team,
No.
right?
You said they were bad, though, right?
No, you're right. The Bengals are a good team.
You said they were bad.
No, the Bengals are a good team.
No,
You're
no.
right. The Dolphins are pretty good.
You just said that the Dolphins only beat bad teams.
No, the Dolphins are a good team.
You just said Tua only beats bad teams.
No, you're right.
So we've got the Rams, we've got the Cardinals, we've got the LA Chargers,
Some
we've got the
pretty good
Cincinnati
team.
Bengals,
Pretty good team.
New England Patriots, who made it to the playoffs, and then we've got the Raiders, another
Yeah.
good team.
Pretty good team.
So those are all
Wow,
pretty
you know what?
bad
Now
teams,
you know what?
right?
Now I think of it. Now you've enlightened me. The Bills swept.
welcome.
The Bills swept the Dolphins, so
You're
they must be a major
welcome.
team. And the
You're
Bills
welcome.
swept those Dolphins.
Still lost
and
to
the Bills swept
So
those
the
Dolphins.
Bills lost to the Chiefs, who lost to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins are the best team in the league.
If the Dolphins are that
Laces
good, then
out.
we are. Wow, we're
Laces
Super Bowl.
out, baby.
Basically, we're Super Bowl champions. Go Bills. How
The
about them?
Dolphins are Super Bowl champions. I know.
No, the Bills.
I
Super
was
Bowl.
waiting-
No, we swept the Dolphins.
I was waiting for you to figure it out. Well, no, the Dolphins.
we swept the Dolphins.
Yeah, and you lost to the Kansas City Chiefs.
But the Dolphins beat them. That means we swept the Chiefs, so we're Super Bowl champs, right?
No.
No? Oh, that's not how you're doing it?
Means you're worse than the Dolphins.
But better.
Means you're not as good as the Dolphins. It's okay.
Makes sense.
It's okay. I know.
Makes sense. Your logic is flawed
It's
because
all right. It's all right.
because the Dolphins haven't beaten us for 8 games.
No.
But it makes sense. Your logic is obviously
I know.
incredibly flawed.
It's tough. It's tough to come up against it when you're challenged with a hard truth, Edward. I know. I know.
Makes sense.
It's constant for me, but
Well, we're excited about football.
another
right?
thing
We're
I
getting
wanted
excited.
to bring up aside from the football, I know we're just running in circles here. Have any of you guys seen how, in my opinion, how wildly underpaid hockey players are?
Yeah, we won't.
Let's have a shout. Go on.
Are we not going to get into
No,
any
let's
type
get
of
into
payment structure
I mean,
for anybody?
we literally have like 2 minutes left in this show, but we can bust that wide open, or we can save for
well,
next
what do you
time.
think how much do you think the highest paid hockey player gets?
Well, now you've said it's like wildly
Well, it depends
low.
on how
I'm
many-
gonna like go
yeah.
low.
Well, just guess.
Okay,
Take
down
so
the
beforehand,
contracts
before
and,
you'd have said that, I would have said like, before you'd have said that, I would say like 15 million.
Okay, Remy.
I'd say like right now, just going off the top of my head, just,
Without what he said, just completely
Well, I'm sorry to
because he
well, see, I don't think about it in terms of 18 million over how many years. I'm going to say per year.
yeah no I'm talking per year. I'm not talking contracts. I'm
Yeah.
talking-
AAV.
the highest paid per year player in the NHL. How much should they get?
I'm saying per year right now, probably about 6 mil,
6 for the highest paid. Wow.
depending on
Free
who the
labor.
player
Free
is.
labor, baby.
Remy, 6 million? You think that
Free
you think
labor.
the highest
Free
hockey
labor.
player in the league is $6 million a year?
No, I'm just saying like some of the people I'm watching, some of their contracts are going for like what. But they're
Yeah,
spreading it over 5 or 6 years, so I'm
some
trying to
of
do the
them.
math. I'm a little drunk right now, so I can't really do the math on their contract price for the 5 or 6 years. I'm thinking like, yeah, some of these guys are getting like, okay, no, I'm getting backwards here. I'm sorry. I've been
No,
drinking.
you're-
I haven't
I'm
done a
going for-
podcast.
You're
in,
okay.
I haven't done a
I'm going for
podcast in like a
15?
week and a half. So
No, but I'm trying to find it here. I had it, but the highest paid, according to what I saw as of May 2022, is Connor McDavid makes $12.5 million a year. And
Wow. To play 81 games as well.
The list that I had was like top 5 highest paid players in the NHL. 5 was like 10 to 10.5 million, up to 12.5 million
per year.
per year.
Yeah.
12.5 million. Wow.
Yeah, I
Steph
for some
Curry's
reason
getting
like 8
$45
million.
a
For
year.
some reason like 8 million to maybe 10 million sticks in my head because,
because you
I'm
see a
thinking
lot of the
about it.
Lightning guys.
Well, I'm thinking also it's also coming a lot from
6
the light.
million
But I'm
was the
thinking
max.
like their contract, what they're signed for over 5 or 6 years, and I'm very bad.
And by
at
the way,
math.
6 million is an
So-
awful lot of money. It's a serious amount of
Let's
money.
just be real. If
Like,
you give
6
me $1
million
million
Well,
to
no,
play
here,
hockey,
Yeah.
you could kill me.
I
Is this
found-
serious?
I don't care.
Is this
I don't
serious
care.
amount of money?
I found the article that I was reading. So this is the top 10 highest paid NHL players. 8, 9, and 10. Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, and Carey Price. They all make $10.5 million.
Patrick Kane, good player, real
Amazing.
good
Well, I thought
player.
you said it was 6.
Well, no, he said 6.
Oh, wait, what? So what is it? So,
I'm saying 8. Okay, these are the top 10
yeah,
highest
what is
paid
McDavid
players.
making? You said,
Let me get to it.
all right.
Top 10, 8, 9, and 10, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Carey Price. They were all Blackhawks. Price is now in the Canadians. They make 10.5. 7, Mitch Marner for Toronto makes 10.9. 5 and 6, John Tavares and Drew Doughty, they make 11.
Oof.
I said 15, so I could be in here.
4, Eric Carlson for San Jose Sharks, 11.5.
For the Sharks?
For the
Who
Sharks,
the
he makes 11.5, and he's the 4th highest paid player in the league. Austin Matthews.
Well, thank God, because the Sharks are just one of the best hockey teams in the fucking NHL. So,
they're a real revelation. There,
yeah,
aren't they, Remy?
super team.
Austin Matthews.
So he's getting their whole budget. Okay, never mind.
Pretty much, he's the only. They're playing 1-on-5. Number 3, Austin Matthews, Toronto Maple Leafs, 11.6.
Matthews is pretty fucking great. Matthews is pretty fucking
Number
great.
2, Artemi Panarin for the New York Rangers, 11.64, which I guess is a little higher than the guy before that. Number 1 highest paid hockey player in the league, Connor McDavid, 12.5.
Yeah.
Not bad for me for 15 million. I was
12.5?
close enough. 15 million. Not
Well,
bad.
yeah, Connor McDavid is,
But you don't
is
think that's
arguably
wildly-
No,
one of
it's
the
obviously
best.
underpaid. 12 million is
goal
I
scorer.
what
think that's
12
insane.
million is what a pretty good left tackle makes. Pretty good. Not top 5, not even top 10.
That's not even a Pro Bowler.
not top 10.
That's
no,
not even a Pro
maybe
Bowler
the,
right there.
The 10th best left tackle makes 12.5.
I had kind of read a little bit about how harshly they were underpaid, and I kind of did a tiny bit of research. just
Regardless,
looking at
though,
that,
let me have a little segue. It's nice to have a training camp back for football, right? Training
is.
camp's back. It's coming.
I'm so
in
ready,
6
dude.
weeks.
I'm
We've
so ready.
gone through a little bit of a dull patch in sports.
Yeah.
We're coming back. We've got training camp back. We're going to have some seriously heated debates coming
Yeah,
up.
we're not going to talk about fast food for 2
we're
hours.
ready. No, we're ready.
So to end this show, Eddie, do you want to finalize our bet on the?
What's the bet? Come on.
My bet, I've said it multiple times, and we're gonna make it an easy gentleman's bet.
You're hearing it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
And I know usually gentlemen's bets no money. We're gonna say an easy $20 bet.
All right.
$20 bet.
All right.
The Dolphins take one of the 2.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He'll take it.
There we go. You're seeing it
not
here
gonna spit
live
on my
on
fucking
Is This
hand.
Football,
yeah,
episode
I mean,
24.
You're
I won't
seeing
do-
it live.
I won't
here.
do the spit
There's-
online 'cause it's
there's-
not on,
There's
but-
2 games, Bills and Dolphins.
Take
I'm
one of them,
10,
yeah.
The Dolphins are taking one
I'm
of them.
happy, I'm
They're-
happy. We can
they
go higher if
always
you like.
do that.
We can go
Well,
higher.
like I said, I don't want to get too much into the money. It's more the principle.
No, it's the
of
principle. He's a
And-
Dolphins fan.
Oh, I
His
can't wait for
principle,
the
he's a
It.
season,
Dolphins
boys.
fan.
I'm a
I can't
Florida
wait for the
fan. I'll
season.
tell you what.
He hates the Bills. He
Everybody
hates
out there
the
in
fact
listener
that-
land, guys,
He
this
hates
is
the fact that the Bills are good.
I-
He hates the fact that the Buffalo Bills are good.
I hate anybody with an overinflated sense of confidence.
Hey,
That's
listen,
who I
this guy,
hate.
this
I
guy,
hate all
he's
that,
met
but-
my father and my family, and we're all Bills fans, and he hates that we're happy.
No.
He hates it.
No.
He hates it.
Don't at all. Just hate
It's
Josh
the
Allen.
first time. It's the first time.
Guys, thank you
We've
so
been-
much for
first
tuning
time
in
we've been good in a
tonight.
while.
This has been Is This Football, episode 24. Make sure you're going out to YouTube and, of course, subscribing to Tiger Cage Media, where you get both shows, Is This Football, and, of course, our sister podcast, They Call Us The Breeze. That's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra. And also make sure you're here tuning in live every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, listen wherever you get your podcast drip. And like those Facebook pages. We're out here doing a service. And when we're not arguing about fast food, we're really giving you
We're arguing about football.
the biggest
Bills or the
updates on
Dolphins.
sports. And we're about to get back into the big seasons. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Great show,
It's
episode
upon us.
24. I'm glad to have you guys back. I missed you last week.
Lovely to
We're
be
back,
back,
we're
Randy.
back, we're back.
Glad to be with you, man. Love you. Thank you, guys.
So, what do you guys say? We'll do it same time next week? Or
Same
We'll be
time
doing
next
it.
week,
We'll be
baby.
doing
Join
it.
us next Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard
We'll have
Time.
small
We'll
fast
be
food
back
reactions,
here.
and we'll
I
see what's
know.
going on.
We're gonna bring a couple We're gonna bring a couple
we should.
fast food workers in
Get
here
them
to have
on
a
the
little.
phone.
We're gonna have a little debate going.
You know what? That'd be a great
Remy,
episode.
you know their phones don't work.
Well, I could give them
You
all
know
our
the
phone.
phones don't work.
If you
there.
want to do a show, I go to plenty of fast food.
Have you ever called a McDonald's?
I'm a regular at actually I have once.
They're like, what the fuck? We got a phone
to open
here?
if they were to ask if they were open on Christmas. But I had a couple. I'm a regular at some fast food joints around the town. Maybe I'll get a couple numbers and maybe we'll get some call-ins next episode.
That'd
maybe.
be amazing.
Oh wow. Okay, guys. Well, Is This Football? What do you guys say?
Have a good night, guys. Love you.